everyone, my name is Sarah Price. I am a fitness professional and I teach people how to enjoy living a healthy, active lifestyle without feeling restricted or deprived. Today I'm going to teach you how to do 3 stretches to help loosen up the hips. I had a request for somebody that has stiff hips when they sit down a lot, their knees and their hips get stiff. So today we're going to focus on stretches you can do to help loosen up those hips and keep them from getting stiff. Another thing to keep in mind is that a lot of times when you're sitting for too long, your hips are going to get stiff no matter what you do. So making sure that you don't sit for long periods of time is a huge indicator or a huge way to help prevent you from getting those stiff hips. So if you can stand up and walk around even for about 5 minutes every hour, when you're sitting for more than an hour, that's what tends to make your hips get stiff like that. So your 3 poses that you're going to learn today to help loosen up those hips are Pigeon Pose, Supine Bound Angle Pose, and then a hip flexor lunge stretch. So Pigeon Pose is first. When you're in Pigeon Pose, it's going to stretch the piriformis. So you're going to come into a plank position. Then you're going to take your leg forward, and you don't want to keep your foot behind you. You want to bring your shin across the mat as much as you can. Now everybody's flexibility is different here, so do what's good for you. Then you're going to place your hands on the floor, and you're going to slowly slide that back foot as far as you can to really sink into that hip. From there, you can stay here in a tall position if that's what's comfortable for you. If you want to take it deeper, you can lower onto your forearms. And if you want to take it even deeper from here, you can walk those hands out in front. During this pose, you should feel a nice stretch again through the glutes and the hips. And there's a deep muscle underneath the glutes called the piriformis. So that is your Pigeon Pose. Make sure you do both sides. When you're finished with that, you can move into a hip flexor stretch. So when you do a hip flexor stretch, you want to kneel on the back knee. If you need a little extra cushion, you can double up your mat or put a towel or a pillow underneath you. But what you want to do is take a nice big stance out in front, and then you want to shift your hips forward, keeping the knee over the ankle, keeping both hips forward, and keeping the shoulders over the hips. So you're getting a nice deep stretch actually through the back leg. I'm going to switch sides and show you. Bring your leg forward, shift your weight forward into that knee, push the hips out in front, and feel a nice stretch through your hip flexor. Again, keeping everybody nice and tall, shoulders over the hips. So this gets the hip flexor open. Your 3rd pose is your bound angle pose. So for bound angle, you're going to lay on your back, relax your arms down by your sides, and then you're just going to allow your knees to drop open and slide your heels in as close to the center of your body as you can. And just allow your hips to relax here. And that's going to get a nice stretch to the inner thighs. Again, allowing those hips to open up. So those are your 3 poses, 3 stretches that you can work on to help loosen up those hips. If you have any other requests, make sure that you comment below, and I'll be glad to give you other fitness tips and advice. You can also email me if you have any questions or if you need modifications for those exercises at fitwithsarahprice@gmail.com. Thanks. Have a great day.